Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, StraightSmileSolutions.com, and today we're going to do a little bit more of filling out lab slips, kind of holding your hand. We're using specialty appliances just as a template form, not picking them because I'm saying they're better. I'm picking them because I'm familiar with their lab slips, how to use them, how to fill them out. And I've also taken a tour of their labs. I've met their CEO and their VP. Very impressed with them. So there's a lot of great labs that are out there. You use the one you want to use. As long as you kind of understand the basics, filling out this lab slip, you can fill out anybody's lab slip. So let me take you through. Earlier I did functionals, now I'm doing metals. So they have all different lab slips, and you don't need to know every single thing on this lab slip because there's a zillion different variations, and these are really meant for orthodontists. Remember, the more funky variations and customizations you do, the more expensive it's going to be. So let's subscribe to the KISS method, which is keep it simple, stupid. And I'll show you what things I think you need to know on this lab slip. Don't forget that scans are better than impressions, so I can't say that enough. And then also, if you want to know more details on any of these individual appliances, I already probably have a video made about it. Just go into my YouTube channel, which is not YouTube in general, but if you go to your YouTube, type in StraightSmile Solutions in the top search bar, you will see a tiny little magnifying glass, and the magnifying glass in the top right corner is where you can put your keyword like RPE or any type of appliance. Just put that keyword in, and from there you should be able to learn more about it. So in any case, let's go ahead and take you through this. So let's talk about expanders. So your basic expander that you've probably seen in a zillion patients is your Hyrax, which is like a hygienic metal banded expander. In the olden days, we had it banded on 4s and 6s, which is molars and premolars, 4 different teeth, but no one really does that anymore, and that's ugly, so I would just do it on the 6s. Standard is a little bit wider, a little more sturdy, less likely to bend, but also isn't great for tongue position, so I prefer mini, would be my preference, although occasionally, because it's a little less durable, it can break. Click, I don't know if I like that idea. Click just means that it can't backspin. It has a click with each turn, which is nice because, I mean, plenty of times I can tell you, I haven't made up my decision on this yet. A lot of times patients or parents, when they do the turns, they turn it the wrong way. So you could only advance it in one way. I've heard the mechanisms can easily get locked up and they're less durable. I know it's more expensive. And also sometimes I need to back turn it. So I think I'd be okay with click on a fixed, but I don't think I'd like click on a removable. That's kind of where I am with it, because removables, a lot of times we do need to back turns because they're coming in and out, and sometimes they overturn before they're ready. And if you have the click, you're gonna have to remake it, and that's a pain. So I'm fine with click if you want to try it on the banded, but I don't think you should do it on the removable. That's just where I stand with that. I don't love Haas because Haas is a banded RPE with acrylic on the palate, and it's nasty and it stinks, so don't do that. I don't like acrylic bonded RPE because it's a banded or bonded RPE with acrylic that goes over all the molars, and it's nasty and it stinks, and I've seen a lot of decay, so I don't like that. I don't know, I know Dr. DeLuke, but I don't know what his appliance is, so I wouldn't worry about any of these, and you probably don't need to be doing Marpies. Quad helix are outdated, no reason. Distalization, I hate banded distalizers, just use a sagittal, so go with my previous video. This is not a great idea. This is just a bunch of mouse traps that's your patient's gonna hate, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. There are orthodontists that do these things, but unless your team knows what they're doing backwards and forwards and is open every day for emergencies and knows how to fix them, don't do it, because you're gonna get headaches. Holding, this is just space maintenance. So TPAs, I use those quite often if I've done like some type of expansion and I want to hold it, but I want something smaller, more streamlined, more long-term to hold transverse. That's great. Lingual arches I love, especially in mixed dentition. Nances I love, love, love. They're my favorites to put in. Great for, you know, holding molars back, especially if you're missing A and J or missing, you know, baby second molars. But also really, really great to place in class 2-ish cases, maybe a couple millimeters class 2. They still have their E's in, or A and J, you know, they're coming out pretty soon. You put that Nance in, and then when those teeth fall out, it holds those molars back, and you know you have that E space, you have a couple millimeters wiggle room, because the 5s that come in, which is tooth number 4 and 13, they're smaller than the E's, right? So then what will happen is that you can just brace those molars back where they are, and it'll prevent them from slipping forward and making the case more class 2. So it's anchorage. So these are really, really useful. I love putting these in almost every class 2 case that I can in the mixed dentition. They're fantastic. What else? Habit appliances are great. Cribs, I don't like spurs. I don't like anything pokey. I just think that's nasty and mean to the patient. There's just no reason for that. Fixed bite planes are amazing. Banded bite plates, use them all the time. So I don't even know what a Ricinator is or any of this stuff. These are just, you can look them up, but I don't think you're going to use them. I don't think you're going to use most of these accessories. I mean, if you're making a banded appliance and you want to get soldered tubes, that's what this is. So any banded appliance you ask for, be it a Nance or an expander or a lingual arch, it's not going to come with buccal tubes unless you ask for buccal tubes. If you're thinking about putting braces on, you should put buccal tubes on. Then you need to know if you're 022 or 018 slot. If you're not sure, pick 022. Otherwise, your wire's not going to fit in. Shouldn't need headgear tubes. Hopefully you're not doing that kind of headgear. Face mask hooks is used if you have an underbite and the patient's growing and you want to jump the upper jaw forward with a face bow. I use these. Those are good. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to use any of this. And I don't think you're going to use this. So that's pretty much all you need to know about metals. All right, thanks so much.